So let's play.
Yeah. Hey, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Real mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke.
Smash that like button, leashes. Smashy smash.
Yeah, well, we can hold the peace or we can wage war, but I'm gonna get what I came for. Rilla gang, that's a crew name. We all graduated to the two-door. Sacred Global, that's an infrastructure. All y'all niggas like the Titanic. I'm the iceberg, talking no Zucker.
Yo. Hashtag Swole text beaches. Ask Papa Swolio live.
They blessings, they want my suggestion, but don't want the fee. I'm just doing me, I don't answer their questions. All this blessing, got no one to see. All this aggression, I just want some peace. Not even sure that I like it in heaven. I guess when we get there, then we gon'
Smash it like it like it.
I understand, I do not get what you do.
Bish.
You only got one life, but you act like you got two.
You fucking bish.
Yo, we go
Smash the
bigger than
like
what you are
button.
willing to do.
Yeah, bish.
I run with king, but you peasants, you run with the goons.
What up, bish? What up?
Hey, we stay woke, but y'all sleep.
Yeah.
Real mode, but y'all sheep.
Yeah.
Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king.
Kashina, Shannon, Josh,
Same gang, got the cheat code.
Richie
I said
Rich.
stay woke, we in
Yeah,
real
you.
mode. I
What's
said
up, fam?
stay
What's up? What's up?
woke. Real
What's
mode.
good? What's
Stay
good?
woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. Yeah. Hey, y'all some jokers, y'all a bunch of clowns. You will not get a laugh out of me. You can talk, but you can't denounce. I live a different theology. Why I transfer to a new account? You just fucked over a prodigy. Posted up with a rented crown.
You are the king in apology.
You about to see a new side of me. I hope you know.
Yeah.
We stand up and watch our enemy go. Empires fall, my legacy grows. I might just hop on this melody flow. All this vision, no clarity though. Y'all play a game that I bear in my soul. Ebony ivory, nobody knows.
Apparently it's working just fine. Looks like it's working to me.
They actually do.
What's up, fam? What's up? Here we go. Ask Papa Swolio live. Wow, you got your Swole text too? Swole text beats all notifications. Get your Swole text on, fam.
Hey, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Real mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in real mode. I
Ooh, a
said stay
super
woke,
sticker,
real
a
mode,
dumbbell.
stay woke, real
Thank you
mode.
so
I said
much,
stay
Holly.
woke, real mode, stay woke,
Just getting started.
real mode.
All right. Thank you. Love it. Yeah. Here we go. All you want to do is make sick fucking games. Sick fucking games.
When are you peasants gonna learn that you can't pretend to be?
All right, here we go. Let's get this party started. Swole normal.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the
Abish.
bacon is sizzling.
Dancing to that real
Welcome
mode.
to the Daily
All
Swole.
King D in your face pieces. Testing, 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 testicles, testicles, testicles. Oh, welcome everyone to episode 1514 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gamecast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and your hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. And of course, if you're looking over, where am I? Over here, it looks a little bit different because we're going balls in, all in. Ask Papa Swolio live. Drop your questions in the comments below. We will talk about what you want to talk about. So this is usually on the Sunday fun day, we go over like just a tip. I'll go through some of the other stuff. I'll go through some of the stuff that just dropped. But, this is your time to ask questions. We'll save the Monday for more Swole Fam stuff. We'll save during the week for more Swole Fam posts and all those things. So Ask Papa Swolio Live is for you. Ask Papa Swolio Live is for you. You can ask your questions and the floor is open. But while we get started, first off, drop a comment down below. What'd you smash today? What did you train? What doth thou slay? What did you slay? What did you smash today? And you can also make sure you check out the Extra Thirsty. So we'll talk about that first. We'll get into some good old tip. Let us check out the new releases, shall we, for today. Dun, 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 dun. This is some NOC. This is some brand new salty sack. This is on the Swolenormous channel. This is a new NOC, Saving My Life. Saving My Life. This is a great video. It's doing very, very well. Which is great. It's doing very, very well, which is fantastic. And I'm grateful for that. But this is a great message. This applies to everyone. If you haven't yet checked it out, that is over on the Swolenormous channel. So I hope you enjoy that video. A reminder that tomorrow is Monday. Oh, here's some big shit. Some big shit, fam. You ready for this? Fam, are you ready for the accountability meeting tomorrow? I didn't post this in the group. I didn't post the event yet. It's always Monday at 12 noon Eastern time. But tomorrow, we got some big releases. We got some big stuff. I'm very excited about one release in particular. You're going to love it. A lot of you have been asking for this, and I'm excited to drop it. So we got some cool stuff tomorrow. That's 12 noon Eastern time, and that is exclusively for members. So if you want to join, you can check out swolenormousx.com. The Swole Fam membership for less than $3 gets access to Swole TV, which includes all the accountability meetings and the private community. So if you have your own program figured out, if you have your own yoga, if you don't want the yoga, the meditation, the kitchen, the fucking programs, I don't know why you wouldn't, but that's cool. You can still join the Swole Fam, and you can get access to these meetings. And of course, we're live here every day. But Monday, tomorrow, it won't be live. It'll be live for members, but it won't be live here. So whenever you see certain episodes every 7 days, there's one missing, it's because it's an accountability meeting, and that's for members only. So we got some cool stuff tomorrow. Don't get your no expectations for tomorrow. Some things are available and some things will not be available, but there's something that I've been telling some of you that I was going to release for a while, and I'm excited to release. Master classes, not necessarily, Phil, not necessarily, but you can maybe, not necessarily. I'm excited. There's a lot of stuff coming, period. There might be everything you hoped and dreamed, and it might be everything you hoped and dreamed. We'll have to figure out which one it is. We'll have to figure out what it is. Who knows what it is? Maybe it is a masterclass. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's 1,000 masterclasses. No, it's not 1,000 masterclasses. Maybe. I'm such a dick tease. Oh, Slim. Oh, silly. Oh, silly. Oh, silly. So you could drop your questions. You could start there now. Anyway, tomorrow, 12 noon. Extra Thirsties that have dropped since yesterday. This video, the Extra Thirsty on Brittany Dawn, went live yesterday during the meeting, during the podcast yesterday. So that's available. If you haven't caught it yet, catch that. Also another one on Amberlynn Reed. That's available now right here on this channel. So if you haven't yet checked out the Extra Thirsties, Jesus Christ. Holy shit. That just came out of nowhere. Look at that fat, veiny fucking gut. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh no. Oh God. Get it out of my face. Oh my God. It's like veins popping through. Yeah. Anyway, Papa Swolio is not impressed. Look at that. She is not impressed at Nico Cotto's fat gut. She is not impressed. Not at all. All right. That's the only Extra Thirsty. That's all we got. No Nico. I'm eating. We're done. No more Nico. No more Nico, promise. It's done. But those are all Extra Thirsty, so you can go watch those at your leisure, at your convenience. You can go and check that out. Ew, Papa, get it away. Get it away, precious. No. Can't keep up with all the Extra Thirsty. Good, you're not supposed to. It's not for the weak of heart. No, I'm kidding, son. No, I'm kidding. Well, guess what? The great thing about Extra Thirsty is that when you want them, they're there. When you want them, they're there. You know where to find them. When you want them, they're there. Hey, what's up? Hello. Let's get some questions. In here. Let me scroll up and see if I missed any. So drop your questions down below. Hashtag AskPapaSwolio, and I will be getting to them. Let's take the first question. Hello, how are you, Papa? I'm doing great, Priscilla. I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing great. I'm doing absolutely fantastic. Let's see. Scrolling. Anything with a question mark. If you don't put a question mark, I might not see it. Anything with a question mark, please. Here we go. Kendall Osborne. Does the 90-day dash stick to a 3 days a week of weight training split? Does it stick to it? Or does it have it? Not always. No. Maybe at the beginning. Depends on where you are in the 90-day dash. So the great thing about all the programs in Swolenormous X is you can progress them and you can modify. You can expand these things. A lot of these programs are expandable to 5 days a week and more, depending on what your experience is and what your literally what your experience is and what your goals are. So that's where a lot of the masterclass content will be coming from. And that's where the future releases for these programs will be focused on too, is providing new phases and new training weeks. And you could find that too. Those of you that have done, a lot of you have built your own program in the program vault. In the customizer, you've done your own Ignite programs, right? You have different splits. So you have Swole programs and Ignite programs. You could build your own week. You could build your own split. So that's really cool too. No, but the entirety of the program is not 3 days a week only. Of lifting, of weight training. No. I mean, you're doing something every day, of course, but no, it doesn't stay 3 days a week forever. Raven, veganista. Oh, a vegan tattoo. Have you ever thought about shaving that hair of your face? No, I don't like to harm animals. Are you, fuck, why would I want to do that? That's animal abuse. If I shave this beautiful creature. Oh my God. How dare you? How fucking dare you? Do you even vegan? Do you even vegan? Oh man. Get out of here with that noise. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not going to shave my fucking beard. Actually, tonight I think is going to be trimmed. Tonight might be the trim night. I've been telling you I was going to get it trimmed like over and over again. It's been like 2 months. No, this is not cool. I mean, it's cool. This is like, it's cool, but it's like, yeah, it's unmanageable. Like, look at this. You can't even see my lips. Like, it's just a fucking, just hide that shit. just hide that shit. What does it say? Nights and refunds? No, it says nights and weekends. Oh, I didn't show you the Swole card. Oh, the other camera wasn't working. I'm sorry. Nights and refunds. Doesn't make sense. Nights and weekends. Nights and weekends. And just to kind of, and for those of you that don't know, if it's your first time, we give away the Swole card at the end of the episode. Usually we have the whole thing, the track on the side. But for the Ask Papa Swolio Live, I want to leave it completely wide open moving forward. Moving forward, I want it to be wide open. I want people to come in, boom, ask questions. We'll shoot the shit. I'll talk about stuff that I want to talk about. But if you have questions, we'll take it that direction. Also, nights and weekends means, it doesn't necessarily mean nights and weekends. Obviously, this is the nighttime and it's also the weekend. I mean, it's always nighttime for someone in the world, isn't it? But nights and weekends means doing what it takes, doing what's necessary. And it doesn't matter if it's the night. It doesn't matter if it is the weekend. If you are scheduling your success around, it has to be at this time or I'm not going to. If you want amazing results, you got to put in amazing effort. And the reason why most people don't get results is because they actually don't put in full effort. They slack. They don't really go hard. They don't really put in the effort that they should. They think they do, but they spend too much time fucking complaining rather than shutting their mouth and putting in work. That's what most people do. Most people don't have results. So most people, and that's because most people don't work hard. Most people don't put in full effort. Most people want amazing results and don't put in anywhere near average effort even. So make sure you put question marks. I'm not going to see it. Is this a joke? Am I wasting time with V-Shred or is Vince Sand legit? Yes, you're wasting your time. I'm assuming that was a troll question. Let's see. How long have you been growing your hair? I mean, how long has it been long? Because I guess it's always growing. Always. I guess your hair is always growing until you're dead pretty much. I've had it long for a long time, like 15 years. It was young when it was long when I was younger. It was long at parts during college, but I kind of went back and forth in college. It used to be long when I was younger, and then I went through like a shorter phase, and then a long time. Indie Flame, what's the best way to work out in a small space? Well, it depends on what kind of space you have. What your goal is, what your experience is, what equipment you have access to. You can do a lot of stuff with just a kettlebell. You can go outside and do it. You can usually do it in a smaller space. You don't need a lot of room for a kettlebell. You can do a ton of stuff in a small space with a kettlebell. But it also comes down to what your expectations are. So if you have like massive expectations, like I'm going to make sick fucking gains, I'm going to get huge, and you have a 35-pound kettlebell, like you can build some muscle if you're brand new. Kettlebell is not necessarily designed I would say a kettlebell is not, all right, weight's weight. Like a weight is a weight, but kettlebells are really more for endurance, more for power, more for more functional movement. You're doing a lot of like mobility and stabilization. There's a lot of integrated movements with kettlebell. I don't look at kettlebells as, you can use them, of course, for strength. And I was doing front rack squats with kettlebells today, but they're generally more optimized for endurance and power. So I'm just kind of went off on a tangent, but it depends. You could do yoga, you could meditate. It depends on what equipment you have. So I think it's more important that you mitigate or manage your expectations with what progress. That's where most people really get bent out of shape. They're like, oh, I'm going to lift at home. How do I maintain all my gains? You're not going to maintain all your gains. If you change your training stimulus, like for me, I've changed a little bit. Like I've lost some muscle in certain areas and I've lost some size, maybe, and a little bit of thickness here and there, but I've gotten more defined. I feel better. I feel better the way I am, but I'm also not doing heavy fucking deadlifts and heavy fucking squats. I'm doing squats and I'm doing plenty of hip hinges. I'm doing plenty of stuff like that. Plenty of stuff. But I'm not loading tons of weight on my back like I was. And I feel better actually, and I prefer it. But I'm not putting my body under the same stress. So you have to have different expectations and train in a different manner to optimize what access you have and what exposure you have to whatever equipment. And of course your experience is going to play a role of that. Let's see. Let's go into Swole chat over in Swole TV. Let's see. Kevin Bell, power blocks are awesome for a small space gym. Agreed. I have power blocks behind me. You just can't see them because they're behind the gains. Slayton Beard. Good name. Good name. Good fucking, what a name. Slayton Beard. That's a top fiver right there. Looking to lose fat and keep as much muscle on as possible. Suggestions: keep training hard and eat around a maintenance. Very, very slightly, maybe drop carbs a little bit, maybe up your protein slightly. But if you're trying to cut, you're going to lose some muscle. You're going to lean out a little bit. Just got to do it very, very slowly. Anyone that does it extremely, you're going to get super flat. So whatever you do when you're trying to do shit like that, just do it super slow. A lot of people try to do stuff in like 4 weeks. You got to do that over the course of months. That's why when you talk to bodybuilders or you look at bodybuilders, they're always doing 16 weeks or 20-week cuts, 12 to 20 weeks easily. Very few bodybuilders do like 8-week cuts unless they stay generally lean all year round, but most don't because it's just so hard to fucking maintain and your performance suffers so much when you're trying to get too lean. You asked me that question already, May, and I've answered that. I answered that question, the extra mile. I think we did that on the podcast, or I did that on, I think we did that already, May. Let me answer this one too. How do you tell the difference when you're pushing yourself too hard? You're the one that hurt your knee, right? I think I did this in the podcast the other day. Well, if you'll get injured, you'll feel exhausted. It depends on what context, because your perceived exertion matters a lot. If you are banged up, if you are not recovering enough, your performance is going to decrease. You're probably going to lose strength. You might feel more exhausted. You might be sore longer than normal. You just might not be recovering enough, which leads to overtraining very quickly. So there is a difference, but that's experience. You're not going to know right off the bat. You're not going to know what your limits are unless you test them. And that's just a fact. So you're not going to know how far you can push yourself unless you have more experience pushing yourself. So it's kind of like chicken or like you have to do it. You have to know, oh, that's my limit. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, I got really sore. But you just got to be careful from getting hurt. I'm not encouraging you, hey, let me test my limits and get injured, because it's very easy to do that. So always increase intensity and volume and things like that incrementally. That way you can always gauge your recovery afterwards. Did you adjust some of the workouts in Scorched Earth to be geared more towards home workouts? Well, they're all able to be done at home. Every workout inside Swolenormous X can be done at home as long as you swap them out. But yeah, of course. It's always smart. It's always good to have workouts optimized for at home. They're geared for the gym. Like the equipment that I use at home and the things that you do at home are absolutely can be done in the gym. Things that you can do in a gym can't always be done at home. Things you can do at home can be done in a gym. So it's always smart to program things based around what someone may have at home, and then people can always modify and use barbells if they have a barbell squat at the gym. Because when you talk to some people, when you say a home gym, like when you say, are these things geared to be done at home? It's like things to be done at home. Some people's home gyms are nicer than real gyms. So, that's relatively speaking. Some people have a gym that's like, there's no difference between going to the gym and being at home. You have everything you fucking need. Am I going to make a TikTok of it? TikTok of what? Katie, I have recently started rugby training again, and I'm finding my recovery takes longer. I've made sure I'm eating my protein and stretching out, but I get to a point where everything hurts. Any tips? Recover better. You're doing too much. Your recovery takes longer for what? If you're not recovering enough, then you can't just recover more because you're doing everything. If you're eating your protein is not what's going to help you recover. You need fats, you need sleep, you need hydration. You need all the nutrients. Protein's not like a magical thing. You need fat too. So, I say, and that depends on the person. So are you only doing rugby training or are you doing other stuff too? Is it just the training? You probably just jump right into it. You said you just recently started rugby training again. You're probably just undertrained because of all the lockdown and stuff. You're probably just jumping right back in too much and you're really sore. Probably just overdid it. Let's see here. I know. I've been meaning to trim it for weeks. I don't trim it. Mama Swolio does it. I used to do it, but she does it better. So it might be happening tonight then. Woo, exciting. Hey-oh. Trim my beard. Papa Swolio, my gym is still closed. Can you help me figure out how to hit my rear delts with the bands I have at home? Sure, I can talk and you can imagine it. You can stand on the band and bend over and boom, hit your rear delts. It's like the most basic band exercise possible. Just stand on it, bend over and hit your rear delts. At the expense of, demonstrating, which I'm not going to do. Yeah, you could do them from a high. If you have a door anchor, it's easier. It's just as easy. You could attach it to a high point, a low point. You can hit it from a high angle, which is great because then you get the shoulder extension as well. You can do it from the low angle, mix it up. You can get some external rotation in there. You can kind of go with a little bit more adduction, like with the shoulder. You can keep your arms a little bit closer to the body. You can go a little bit wider. Just be careful not elevating your shoulders. Too many people have overactive traps, so they tend to shrug up. So yeah, rear delts are cake with bands. Cake. Just go light. You don't need a lot for a band. Run away from trainers named Vince. It's good advice. Papa, what in your opinion works the best? A hot shower or a cold shower after a workout? I would cold. I like cold. I prefer cold showers. Cold showers. Always cold showers. Nothing better than the sauna and a cold shower. Cold. I do love the heat, but not on my skin. I don't want to roast myself. Plus, you just get all dehydrated, dries out your skin and shit. It's not good in my opinion. Nights and weekends. # nights and weekends. Knots and weekends. I don't know why my card camera doesn't work. Tess Hornaday's down there looking sexy as a snack. I can't show her. Off. Let's see here. My thoughts on pork. I like heritage pork. Bacon. I don't eat like pork chops and stuff. My thoughts on it. I would only get it if you're getting it from heritage breed pork, pastured pigs. I would not eat pork chops from the store or anything like that. I just never preferred it. Never liked really the taste, but all that shit meat it's the same. It's the same thing. It's not good for you. And well, that's not true. I looked up. Okay. Well, just personal experience. That's all my opinion, but most of you would agree. Same thing with grain-fed beef and grass-fed beef. You could drop your experience below. It's night and day, the difference. Night and day. So as long as you're getting it from a healthy animal, if you're getting it from a healthy source, it's always going to be better. The factory farming is disgusting. You don't want that shit in your body. You don't want dying animals in your body. Stephanie Funaro. I recently started getting intense exertion headaches during my workouts. I drink a gallon of water a day. So I don't think it's lack of hydration. How can I prevent this? I couldn't tell you. You have to see a medical professional. You might have some kind of imbalance. You could be straining too much. Could be muscular related. It could be stress related. It could be your breathing. It could be maybe you are dehydrated. Maybe there's some kind of like hormone thing going on here. I don't know. I don't know exactly. It could be a nutrient or a mineral, maybe electrolytes. Maybe you're deficient. I don't know what your diet is like or what kind of training you're doing. I mean, there could be a lot of small things. A lot of people have issues with headaches and stuff that's related to food, like an elimination diet. You could be eating something that could be triggering headaches during your workout for whatever reason. But couldn't tell you exactly what it is. Just a couple thoughts right there. I once said, I say a lot of stuff. I said that sunscreen is bad for anyone. I don't like putting sunscreen. I don't like putting a lot of those chemicals on my body. You can get more natural ones. So I don't think you should be out. The best way to protect your skin is to not go and cook in the sun. It's good to get vitamin D, but if you're gonna be out in the sun all day, it's like, even if you're putting on sunblock, the reality is, even if you go out in the sun with sunblock, it's not good for your body just to be out there fucking cooking, especially if you have lighter skin. It's like, your body is not designed to like try to fucking fend that off. So it's just minimizing your sun exposure. So it's not equally, it might block some of the UV rays, but it's still not going to be a good thing just to be out there roasting. But you just look at the back of those sunscreens and man, there's just so much shit on there. And it's not like I have the answer. Oh, these chemicals do this. This is why. But you want to put all that on your skin. These are the things that lead and they accumulate in the sense that one thing in itself, maybe you can't find a specific study that says this is not bad for you. This 5x dihexylethyl. Okay. All right. It doesn't sound good, but sometimes those chemical names, those organic compounds, like they have a long name, but like everything can be broken down into these long named chemicals, and that doesn't make them good or bad necessarily. But you add that, then you add perfumes, then you add shampoos, and you add deodorants, and you add all these different things that have all these different chemicals all the time. These that are not naturally occurring in nature and that you're putting on your body, you're putting on your pores, under your arms, you're putting this on your ball sack and on your fucking taint, and you're jerking off, or you're, with this kind of lube and it's getting all over your dick or whatever the fuck it is, right? You're covering your stuff with lotions and then all these different, then you're sleeping on mattresses with like, fucking chemicals and these things that are these pillows and the fabric softeners and all the things that people do. And over time, like, why wouldn't all this stuff just lead to cancer long-term and stuff like that? Plus people eating poorly, they're stressed out, they're fucking their eyes with blue light all the time. They're not there's so much, you compile everything. That's why so many people are unhealthy and struggling and having extra body fat in places they can't remove, and they feel, hormone drops and low testosterone and depression, and then we add we don't make it better fundamentally. We just add medication. Hey, give some meds. You'll make you feel better. It's a fucking Band-Aid over a gushing wound, and that's why everyone's fucking cracking right now. It's because everyone's drugged up with food and actual drugs. And then you fucking take away people's money and lock them inside for 3 months and people lose their goddamn shit. What do you think's going to fucking happen? What the fuck do you think is going to happen? Anyway. I didn't have any plans of doing that. No, probably not. Probably not. That's personal time between Mama Swolio and me. Yeah. That's bonding. Pair bonding. It's a very emotional experience, trimming the beard. Need full focus. Let's see here. I go for a ride on my bike every day and the gym as well. So you do your rugby training, you ride your bike every day, and you go to the gym, and you wonder why you're sore and you're exhausted. I think it might be the different kind of physicality. Sure, it's a new stress. Your body's in fucking shock mode. Yeah, you're overdoing it, or you're under recovering. You're both. Mary Mary. When I do squats, I notice I lean more on my left leg. My glutes don't seem to be even. I'm very new. How do I go about strengthening, evening them out, if that makes sense? Isolation, sure. Start practicing yoga, foam rolling, inhibiting the one that's really tight. Plus, just because you're saying you feel like you're leaning more to one side, it might not be starting with your glutes. It could have started with your ankles. So I can't really answer all those like postural questions. Sometimes like you might have sprained your ankle 10 years ago and you've been like tracking poorly when you walk for the last 10 years. So haven't been activating your glute on that side. And then you start leaning differently. And over 10 years, all of a sudden you notice, hey, I'm training improperly, but you might have limited range of motion with your ankle. So it's going to keep on coming back, or who knows what is. So you can be doing single leg hip bridges, single leg squats, doing like, lateral tube walking to activate your glutes and activate them in different ways. But add that with yoga and you should be helping out with that kind of asymmetry. That's very common, but it's still not a good thing. Let's see. Pebsy. What up, Pebsy? I was once told by a mental health specialist that you can't start exercising or eating healthy until you sort your mental health out. What's your opinion on what he said? Apples and oranges. It doesn't matter. Like whatever works for you. You can't? Of course you can. Of course you can. That's nonsense. When you can't start, you can't go for a walk. You can't eat like an apple until you, get on medication or go to that mental health specialist and buy a package of sessions. Like, what's that? That's nonsense. That's just something people say that is a nice catchphrase. It's like saying calories and calorie deficit. When people are like, calorie deficit. Oh, really? Well, everyone's been screaming from the mountaintops calorie deficit, and people are fatter and more unhealthy than ever. So I don't think that's the right message. Does it mean that calories don't exist? Of course not. But I think it's a terrible fucking message because it's not accomplishing what you would want to accomplish. That's why I'm talking about food quality, because it's not just about the quantity. It doesn't matter if you're eating at a deficit, if you're eating shit fucking food. Maybe you'll lose weight, but who gives a fuck? You lose 5 pounds, but you're still eating 1,800 calories of McDonald's. Your life is still going to be shit. Come on, fam, right? So I think that's nonsense. You can start exercising and eating healthy, which is going to help. How are you going to have mental health figured out if you're eating tons of sugar and you're just sitting around? You're just pumping yourself full of sugar and then you're just going to sort out your mental health? Nah, it's together. You do it at the same time, or you do one or the other. I don't fucking care. Everyone's going to have their own starting point. The most important thing is that you start. So some people like to do everything at once. Some people like to do one thing at a time, whatever works. Like, again, some people did that, only do calories in, calories out. That's all they focus on. Hey, Papa Swolio, but I lost all this weight doing that. Sure, it fucking works. Fine, do that. That's not my first approach. Calories matter, but the spearhead, the most important thing, number one, is quality. And then you look at the quantity. Because a lot of times that quality will help you figure out the quantity, because you're going to be eating more nutrient dense foods. You're going to be more full. You're going to be more satisfied. You can work on those other habits easier when you're fundamentally approaching your nutrition the right way. Shay McPherson. What's going on, Lassie? I've been debating getting one of those yoga straps to help with some of the poses that are harder for me. Are they worth it or no? Absolutely. Get blocks and a strap. They're fantastic. I use blocks all the time. Blocks are not easier. That's what people misinterpret. People look at blocks or straps as, oh, that's cheating, or, oh, I can't do that. No, that's excellent. You have some of those yoga Nazis that are like, no, it has to be pure. You can't use a towel to improve your grip. You can't use a strap. Oh, fuck those idiots. You don't have to be that. You don't have to be a yoga Nazi. I use blocks. Blocks don't make it easier. They modify the position so you can get deeper into it. A lot of people try to reach and touch the ground and they lose their posture and they're not hitting the muscles the way they should. They're not able to actually get into the hamstrings or the lower back or whatever it is, because your back has to round or compensate because you don't have that mobility. So if you put a block there, you can actually rest into it and actually get the right spot, for example. So with twists and positions, I actually use a block to take the poses to the next level, to make them more challenging, to get deeper. And that's what she said. Get deeper. Go deep, fam.
Yow.
Go deep.
Yow.
They're absolutely worth it. And plus, you could just use a belt or a towel and it's free. But I mean, they're cheap and inexpensive and they take up no space, so it's definitely a win. How old is Papa Swolio? We don't know. I answered this the other day. I think she's like 14 or 15. Yeah, hit that like button. Hit that like button. And Katie, how can I get my hair as luscious as yours? Well, I mean, it's eating properly. It's I eat a ton of fat. I eat good food. It's genetics. My mom has, has good hair. I mean, it's skin, hair, skin, nails, collagen. Take in your collagen, bone broth, all those good things. Let's see here. I'm getting catching up on some of these things. Cupping up on some of those. Eric, what up? I have one hamstring that's been super tight for months, and I try to roll it out, but nothing helps. Any recommendations? Glute activation on that side. Sometimes tight hamstrings doesn't mean that they're tight. They could be overstretched. You could have a severe anterior pelvic tilt. Maybe you're not getting in there deep enough. I don't know if you're rolling with a roller, but that usually doesn't work too well. You need to get in there with like something that goes deeper or get some manual work done. It's hard to say just like the question's been super tight because that's a perception and that's how it feels. It doesn't mean that it's actually tight. It could be overstretched. It could be neurologically tight. It could feel tight, but with a severe anterior pelvic tilt, your hamstrings are maximally stretched essentially. So they're getting pulled up. So you actually wouldn't be able to touch your toes. It'd be harder for people to do that because of that anterior pelvic tilt. So they're actually over lengthened, but they feel tight because you can't touch. And people are like, oh, my hamstrings are tight. It's like, nah, you have terrible posture and you have major imbalances in your hips and stuff. So, I mean, you could do deeper foam rolling sessions. You could do glute activation. I mean, are you practicing yoga, Eric? I was curious. And the reason why I say yoga is because when you do yoga, you're actually you're activating a lot of muscles. It's a lot easier than saying, oh, do 3 sets of this with 10 exercises. And unless you're working directly with a physical therapist in person, it's really hard to activate those muscles and do corrective exercise unless you know what you're doing. It's not so simple as, oh, just looking at something online or watching a YouTube video or something. It can be, but most people don't have the coordination and don't know the nuance of muscle isolation and muscle activation. So when I say yoga, it's just kind of like a blanket term because any yoga class, you're going to be stretching. It's all like the stuff that people don't do. You're going to get a lot of transverse plane. You get a lot of rotation. You're going to get a lot of glute activation, a lot of hip inhibition, like, hip flexors, psoas, iliacus. You're going to get a lot of that. Rectus femoris. You're going to get all that open up. So you're going to get a lot of thoracic mobility, downward dog. You get tons of that thoracic extension. Not to mention, you'll also, with the calves and stuff, Achilles tendon. So that's why yoga is just such a much, much better approach. Sid, is peanut butter allowed on the Swolio diet? Well, what do I eat? I don't eat peanut butter. No thanks. No. I don't eat legumes. Dun, 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 dun. Is it allowed? I mean, everything's allowed. It's just what I choose to eat. Do I want? No, I don't need. Peanut butter is just very high in omega-6s, and a lot of people have issues with peanut butter. Even if it's natural. A lot of people have allergies to peanut butter and issues. I mean, for me, it's always been something that was absolutely just worthless. It never did anything for me. If anything, it made me feel funky. So it's another one of those things that people usually kind of get addicted to because they're hooked on those vegetable oils and the sugars from all like the Jif and the Peter Pan, that garbage shit. But I mean, if you're going to try, I would try different butters and see how you feel with each one. I mean, I just have no reason to have any of it. This is me personally. Cat, I have eliminated a few things from my diet for 3 weeks, but now I have more digestion problems. Should I put some back in to see if there's one my body loves? For me personally, I wouldn't. 3 weeks is nothing. You're just getting started. You have more digestion problems. It's usually, what else are you eating? Are you doing an elimination diet or you eliminated a couple foods? So whenever you change things with your nutrition, your body goes through a changing period. You might actually have cravings. Your body is rebalancing, and it depends on what you removed. Like if you're removing fast food, it's like when removing fast food is a win always. No, you have to keep on eating fast food for your diet. No, like you're removing soda. It's like that's, you know what I mean? So what are you removing? What was that? More context. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I don't want you to have actual issues, but if it's just so far, like what does a digestion problem mean? Like I'm not going to diagnose you or anything. Like what does that mean? You're not going to the bathroom as frequently, or you have a little diarrhea or something? Because a lot of people, when their gut biome is shifting from adding different foods, you might have those little transition periods where you do have like diarrhea, or you do have like some different bowel changes, but that goes away after a couple of weeks. 3 weeks is not necessarily long enough to know everything or know anything or transition. Usually it takes like 4 to 6 weeks at least. Papa Swolio, is my 3-year-old daughter too young to do Swolga? No, you can modify anything for her. I mean, if she can keep up, she can keep up. Yoga is just playing. You know, that's how kids stand up for the first time. That's how kids actually stand up. They do a downward dog. You know, they do a downward dog and an overhead squat to stand up the first time. They lift their arms up to counterbalance. That's how kids actually stand up. The kids are doing downward dog all the time. So if your 3-year-old can keep up, there's tons of people in the group that have their children. We have kids yoga in Swolenormous X, so a lot of you have done the yoga with your kids. Should I do yoga? Yes. It sounds interesting, but what are the benefits? Everything. Mobility, strength, peace of mind, everything. Yes, you should do it. Absolutely. And try different types of yoga. You'll find, I wish I did it. I wish I did it younger. How do I convince my stubborn 18-year-old brother that yoga is actually important? I don't know. Send him to my content. I talk about it all the time. You can't make people do shit. Lead by example. Lead by example. Almonds, would you recommend them? I don't like recommending foods because it depends on if you work well with almonds. I would just make sure you're not getting ones that are super salted, that are covered in chocolate and sugar and shit. I mean, I don't personally eat almonds, but it's up to you. You know, recommendations are very sketchy. You know, recommending someone peanuts and they have a peanut allergy, it doesn't really help, right? So it's relative to your needs. Vague, but a correct answer. Do you have an opinion on the FTDI diet? I don't even know what the fuck that is. God, we have way too many acronyms. We have way too many acronyms in this world. No idea what that is. Jen, what is FTDI? Fuck if I know. People, if you're asking questions, can you please put question marks at the end? Please, 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 please. So I recently started running. I run 5K every day for over a week. I personally feel a huge difference in my body and stamina. Someone at the gym told me it's pointless to run. What is your opinion on running? For what purpose? Do you want to get better at running? Of course you're going to have better stamina. You're running. Your body is going to adapt slowly to running. Like, what are you trying to do? I don't run. I mean, I do cardiovascular stuff. I walk. I go upstairs. I do kettlebell shit. I mean, I get plenty of cardio. Sprinting is something I am a fan of, but long distance running, like, what's the purpose of it? It's pointless to run if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, but hey, right? It's up to you. Opinion on orthorexia? I think people are trying to put names on shit that doesn't exist. We did that on the podcast before. We looked up orthorexia and we're like, hey, shit, we're all orthorexics. We're paying attention to our diet. Any kind of situation where it interferes with your life. All right, when it interferes, like this is the same thing with like OCD and ADD. Like kind of everyone has this shit. Come on, everyone's attention deficient for, depending on your situation. Everyone's a little bit compulsive about something. Like you like things a certain way, but I mean, is it to the point where it's debilitating, where you can't function? Like it's affecting you, your relationships, your life? Then it's a problem, no matter what it is. I mean, negatively affecting. I'm not saying, it's positively affecting, It's like, it's a bad habit. I mean, some of these things are compulsions, and some people are wired differently, but bad habits are bad habits. So if you create this habit around, over obsessing and I mean, are people born with orthorexia? It's like, no, that's like a cultural thing. But it's what people are taught in culture and what people are mentored with, parents, society. This is what like the fat acceptance and the intuitive eating people that will always like to push back against, oh, this is diet culture. It's like diet culture? Okay. I mean, culture in general, diet culture, they just use vague terms in order to, you know, try to convince people or give people the excuse to eat whatever the fuck they want, to be a shoulder to cry on. It's too much feelings. It's too much. We have way too much feelings today. Everyone, way too many fucking feelings. Way too much feelings. Everyone has feelings. We get it. Everyone has feelings, which means your feelings can be hurt. But this is not the place for that, right? This is not the place. This is not the place for that. Leave your feelings at the door. Come on in. Come on in. We don't give a fuck. Come on in. No. Just come on in. Shut the fuck up. Come on in. No one cares. Come in. Come on in. Come into the Swole. Yeah, leave it. Leave your feelings at the door. That's a great way to start the videos. Leave your fucking feelings at the door. Where'd I get off on that? Orthorexia. Yeah. Obscura X. I have a prolonged injury to my wrist from a fall. I sometimes re-injure it doing everyday stuff. I've done rehab on and off for months. Is there anything you'd recommend? Supplements? ? Space? ? What a question. What a rendition. Excellent. This summer, Movie Man. Not bad. Not bad. I got a career in case making sick fucking gains doesn't work out. Too late. Yeah, I told you about ADD. Yeesh. Into my fucking belly. Okay. Anyway, getting back to your question that I completely ignored. I sometimes re-injure it doing everyday stuff. Okay. I've done some rehab. Anything I'd recommend? Rehabbing it properly. You obviously didn't do rehab. You don't do rehab on and off for months. You need to be addressing your wrist all the fucking time. All the time. I mean, of course, it depends on what happened to your wrist. You might have issues, but you can definitely improve it dramatically. You're practicing yoga. Are you doing corrective exercises all the time? You don't do these types of things on and off. There are things that you might have to do forever, like on a regular basis, to make sure that there's balance, because you have to be hyper aware of the immobility or the issues going on your wrist, of which I don't know. Supplements could be stuff like collagen that might help. I mean, vitamins, any kind of vitamins, minerals, good electrolytes, Celtic sea salt, things like that. You know, good healthy diet. I get plenty of fats. My joints have never felt better than doing tons of yoga, mobility, upping, you know, having such a higher level of fat in my diet. And that's just me personally. Some people don't work well with a high fat diet. I do, and I love it. And relatively low carb, sweet potatoes, fruit, but nothing really aside from that, just like fruit and sweet potatoes. Let's see here. Let's see here. Scrolling. Oh yeah, hashtag. Hashtag nights and weekends. And again, for those of you that don't know, I'll be raffling this off to anyone that uses the hashtag. We'll pick that at the end of the episode. And nights and weekends refers to, are you willing to do what it takes? Period. End of story. Most people don't work on into the night, or it's too late, or it's the weekend. Fuck that shit. It's Sunday night at 9 o'clock, and I got a bunch more shit to do. You got stuff to do, get it done. Doesn't matter what time it is. Get your shit done. Organize your time. Make it fucking happen. Nights and fucking weekends, get it done. So you can get this card. I'll send it to you, and you can look at it. Look at it. Fucking absorb that shit. And then go and get it done. So you'll be inspired when you look at it if you got that on your wall. So, we got some breaking sick fucking gains live right now on the Daily Swole channel. We got some breaking juice, some breaking sauce, beep, 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 a brand new extra thirsty. Whoa, look at that, America. Man, he's got my headband on his junk. Look at that guy wearing, where'd he get my headband from? Look at that headband. Where's his pee-pee? I don't see it. It looks like a mannequin down there. Yeah, that's a tough break, bro. Tough break. It's all good. It's all good. Is that Chris Pratt? I don't know. It looks like Chris Pratt, doesn't it? Anyway, extra thirsty dad bods. Talking dad bods, and that's over here right now on the Daily Swole channel. That's live. Live as a motherfucker right now. But don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Is there any chance of Swolga, but with dogs instead of cats? What? What do you mean? I don't have a cat. I'm confused. I'm confused. Let's see here. Do I take a specific multivitamin? I don't take a multivitamin. I take like vitamin D. I'll take vitamin C. I mean, I eat a ton of fruit, but I take things that are like the basics, some of the stuff like that. I haven't done fish oil in a while. Or do I take krill oil? There's a couple of things that I have. I play around with different things, but I mean, I love organ meats and grass-fed beef, and they have great like organ meat supplements if you're not getting enough liver or nose to tail. Trying to think of anything else. Magnesium's a big one for me. Like electrolytes, I tend to cramp a lot if I don't get my electrolytes in. I sweat like a beast. Yeah, new drop while live. Hell yeah, breaking sauce. Got to give you that thirsty. That thirsty. Dropping fucking bombs. Got your dad bod right here. Yeah, fuck that. That video, I went off. Ain't a dad bod. It's a fat dude. Dad bod. The only time it's remotely acceptable is if you're a dad. If you're not a dad, you should not have a dad bod. That's a shame. That's Chris Pratt. Yeah, look like him. Fucking terrible, though. He looks like shit. He's such a nice guy. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Is there a cat in any of the fitness? Oh, there's a cat in one of the recent ones. Rachel, there's like a cat in Costa Rica. There's like a cat that came over, a kitten. Yeah, Papa Swolio sits around. Papa Swolio's there for a couple Swolga, or one or two. A Swolga with cats. There was like a kitten that came over and was like hanging out with her. I mean, there's not a Swolga with cat. Like, it's not, I mean, Swolga are the ones that I teach. The yoga studio, there's one with a kitten. It's not like a thing. We're not trying to do yoga with animals. Or new videos, or wait, goat yoga? Like goat yoga? No, we don't do that fucking bullshit. Goat yoga, nonsense. Fucking nonsense. Nonsense. Dad bod. Shouldn't have one if you're not a dad. Preach, Cerny. I hear you. There's a cat buys unlimited access immediately. Yeah, you know what, fam? We're launching a brand new cat section. Only cats. So sign up. Hey, if that's a huge push, I don't know. I don't want to promise cats. I don't want to promise pussy and not deliver. You know what I'm saying? People are going to be pissed. People are going to be angry. Not happy. They're not going to be happiest. Someone say kitty? Oh, yeah, I see you, baby. I see you. Shouldn't have one even if you're a dad. That's what I say. That's what I say. You shouldn't have one even if you're a dad. If you're a dad, there's no excuse to have a dad bod. It's absolutely the opposite. If you're a dad, you have a responsibility to lead by example. You shouldn't have a dad bod. You should be teaching your kids to take care of yourself, and you want to take care of yourself so you can be around for your children. Goat yoga is a fast trip to the ER. I don't even know what that's about. Is that that's just some kind of gimmick? Hey, look, there's goats. They'll stand around. Why? Get that goat out of my fucking face. I'm trying to get my yoga flow on. I don't want a goat near me. I remember Brittany Dawn did that once. She did like some goat yoga. I remember people were sending me pictures like, oh God, goat yoga with goats. Magnesium at night after a pump helps me sleep. Yeah. And you know what? If you can't, the only problem is that if you take magnesium, you take too much, you'll shit your brains out. You will fucking shit water. So you definitely don't want to blow out your asshole. So you can do magnesium oil, and that's very, very easy, very affordable. It's like $15 less, depends on the size you get. but it can get a little bit itchy. You can get ones with aloe vera in it, or you just put like some jojoba oil or something that absorbs, where you put that on, then put lotion on or wash it off in like 10, 15, 20 minutes. It absorbs like almost immediately. So that's excellent too. And that's great for sore muscles. It's great to help you sleep. You can put it on the bottom of your feet. You can put them on your quads and stuff. I tend to cramp like in my adductors and my quads and stuff. I just did legs today, so I'm like, trying to take extra. I tend to crampies. Just I fucking train so hard and it's like muscles kind of still firing later on. But usually hydration takes care of it. Lola. Hello. Sorry, you probably get that all the time. Lately, I'm seeing results after years of work like school and taking care of my dad, but I find I'll order myself something unhealthy to celebrate, and I don't get why I'd eat awful to celebrate hard work. There you go. You don't get it because it's a habit. It's just a habit. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to accomplish? I mean, there's a difference between feeling guilty and like restricting yourself, which it depends on, all right, let's start this one over. The argument can be made both ways, which is why it's made both ways, which is why people can justify both things. Because if you're playing with feelings and you're playing with just this kind of like open door to making excuses for yourself and to allow bad habits to perpetuate, there are a lot of things that people say and cliches that people say and that they fling around to justify their bad habits. And some people, like myself, for example, if I wanted to have a piece of cake, or if I wanted to have an ice cream, or if I did want to, I could. It might make me feel a little shitty, but I could have it. It won't change my whole fucking physique or anything like that. I just don't want to. So there are people that justify it because they don't physically see the difference. It's really a lot of, it's justification. That's it. It's justification. And I can't say it's right or wrong because everyone's going to have their own opinion. Do people have cheat meals and do they get away with it? It's like, yeah, but do you want to get away with shit or do you want to excel? It's a great discipline builder. It's not being orthorexic. It's taking care of your body and feeding your body optimal fuel. And I agree with you, Lola. It's one of those things where you wonder, why the fuck am I eating this to celebrate doing well? And it's like, you're not a dog. You don't need a treat. And rewards, the way we work in this country and the way we work in society is we give ourselves rewards. So we like instant gratification. And what's more instant than eating something that tastes good instantly? So this reward systems are great when you're building good habits, and they're terrible when you have bad habits. It's neutral, right? You're creating habits, you're creating those systems, you're creating those cycles. And this is why it's really hard to stop eating junk food. Think about it. So let's break this down a little bit because it's a great question. I find myself ordering something unhealthy to celebrate. Well, you're raised to do that. You're raised to eat cake and to eat junk food. When you hang out with friends, you're usually going out to eat or to drink or to eat crap. There's a holiday like every week that's revolved around food. Everywhere you go, from a gas station to the supermarket, you're getting eye-fucked and promoted junk food everywhere. You're seeing commercials all the time. Your sugar receptors and your decision-making is flawed when you're exhausted. Your body craves sugar late at night. That's why people love to binge eat at night, because they're exhausted, because they're watching Netflix and they're physically stressed. And a stress relief is that dopamine release. So you have that and it relaxes your stress for a second, but then all of a sudden the stress comes back and then you eat more, and then your comfort food, you feel miserable. So you eat food and watch TV, and then you get hooked on eating food while you watch TV. So you're getting the physical addiction from the food, and you're also getting the habitual addiction to eat while you're watching TV. So every time you watch TV, you feel hungry. So that's why it's more complicated than just, oh, how come I make that decision? It's not because you're trying to punish yourself. It's because all the habits in your entire life lead to that decision in that moment. And you haven't created a different pathway to reward yourself for doing great. So on my birthday, I don't want to eat shit food. I want a fucking steak. I want asparagus. I want to eat a meal. And I don't know, I'll do the podcast. It'll be the same fucking thing. I mean, my day will be pretty much the same. That's me. That's me. Just think about it. Every celebration is around food. Why? It's because the most instant gratification: alcohol, food, sugar. It's just there aren't many more ways you can get instant gratification than like what, sex. There's certain things like what's instant. Really, what's instant? How many things in our life are instant gratification? TV, unplugging, seriously, what's instant in our life? What's instant in our life that people from all socioeconomic backgrounds can access? Junk food. Junk food and TV. Junk food is cheap and TV is free. Phones, everyone's got a phone. People are watching shit, right? It's free. Junk food. Garbage food. And what do people all have to do? People have to eat. People have to eat. Everyone has to eat. Every human being has to eat. And junk food is cheap. Done. That's it. Done, right? I agree, Eric. The older I get, the more I just don't give a fuck about birthdays. I don't give a fuck. It's so weird. It's like a day that this day existed. You weren't born. This isn't the day you were born. You were born whenever you were fucking born. On that moment, it's gone. You're here now. This day has nothing to do with you. It's such a weird thing. It's such a weird fucking thing. So fucking weird. So weird. It's a way for us to measure time. It's like, oh, you're 30 this, or you're 20 this, or you're 40, 50. Man, I mean, and you notice this when you look at people, chronological age, you see some people and you're like, fuck, that person's 55? That person looks like shit. And then you see someone else who exercises and takes care of themselves at the same age. You're like, man, this person looks 40 years younger than the other person. A tax on junk food, and that's not going to make a difference. How's that going to help? They tax, and cigarettes are expensive as fuck. People still smoke plenty. It's people, when you're an addict, you're going to figure out a way to get that fucking sugar. You put a tax on junk food, people are going to buy how much are you going to tax them more than what's it going to be? A bag of chips is what, 40 cents more? Oh my God. People are going to buy that shit left and right. You're not going to be able to tax it enough to keep it away from people. Like you want there to be a tax. You want the government to make more fucking money than they are with all the GMO fucking soy and corn. That's already way too expensive. Can you imagine? When you buy a Coke, like a 2-liter bottle, let's say it's $1.99. Do you have any idea? How much it costs to make that for them to sell it for like $1.99? It's because you're buying that shit. You're buying other stuff that Coca-Cola also owns too. Can you imagine? You're buying something for $1.99, and they're making a profit. By the way, they're getting you hooked on it too for life. People are Coke and Pepsi followers like a fucking Democrat or Republican. They're like, no, I only drink Pepsi products. It's like, okay. Some people do Coke. Some people do heroin. What's the difference? They're both bad for you. Papa Swolio for president. Grab some gear. Papa Swolio, I'm running on the Swole platform. We'll make some gains. We'll make America swole. And not again. America's never been swole. We're going to make it swole for the first time. Making America swole. Period. You're welcome. Thank you for explaining those bad late night habits. I eat so healthy during the day, work out twice a day, then late night studying and homework equals binge eating. Yeah, you're supposed to be sleeping. That's why you have cravings. You're not supposed to be awake. Your body is exhausted and triggering sugar cravings. That's one of the reasons. Well, I agree. I think the data does show, right? The data does show that people are smoking less, but they're still smoking. But people are doing other stuff. They go from one thing to the next. You might not have as many new people coming into it smoking, but then you're going to have, some people might quit, but those companies make money on whether you quit or whether you stick, because they'll sell you the gum. They'll get you hooked on cigarettes and sell you the gum on the back end. Like, hey, get this patch. We win whether you smoke or whether you quit. Anyway, I mean, how much do you have to tax it? Like, what are they going to do? Make potato? Why would they do that? They make too much money off it, and it's not illegal. You're going to make food illegal? Like, how's that? When would that happen? I mean, cigarettes are one thing, but it's like for food, you're going to get people to not. You're going to get rid of the chip aisle. You're going to get rid of the soda aisle. Jesus Christ, right? Think about it. Come on, fam. Come on, fam. You go to the supermarket to stay around the outside. Stay on the outside. Stay in the produce. Stay away from things on a shelf. When I mean, stay away from things that if it doesn't rot in 3 days, don't buy it. That's obviously extreme. That's not that accurate for some of the things that can be healthy for you. But look, if you have to refrigerate things, that's a good place to start. Make sure it's you have to refrigerate it. That doesn't work for a lot of things. You'd be like, well, ice cream has to be refrigerated and frozen. So that doesn't really work. You know what I mean? Stay on the outside of the supermarket. Anything on a shelf in the middle aisles is usually not good. Icy mist? Icy mist? Whatever. How do I learn to be patient with myself along the journey? I would practice meditating. Meditating? You mad, bro? I would practice meditating. Start that. Start meditation. You learn by being patient, by practicing being patient, by practicing patient habits, by being more present. If you're focused right now on today and doing the stuff you need to today, you'd be amazed at what kind of progress you'll see if you just focus day by day. Again, it comes down to the podcast today, episode 514. It's because every day I did a podcast. So every day the focus is like, okay, getting a podcast done, making sure I lay a podcast down. And if I lay a podcast down, it eventually adds up to being 1,514. Like, yippee hooray. But you just got to learn and adapt and be adaptable. Be adaptable, and there's really nothing. If you really want it bad enough, it doesn't matter how long it takes. If you really want to build muscle, if you really want to do whatever, understand that your life is going to continue. Your life is going to be your life. So if you're only focused on seeing your abs or getting to a certain weight, it sounds maybe like, hey, that's what you really want. It's not what you really want. You think you want that, but you don't. Because once you get there, it's like, what next? Because it's not like you're going to wake up and have abs, right? You're going to wake up and it's going to slowly become over time. And then once you have them, you're going to kind of had abs for months and years. You're just going to forget that you wanted them. Like, oh, you've kind of had them. You don't just all of a sudden wake up and have like, whoa, I got abs now. Oh, I love them so much. It's become a normal by the time you have abs because they slowly lean out. And it's going to be very, very underwhelming. You might have the habits of exercising and eating healthy, but that's not going to make you feel. People are depressed all the time. People that have money are depressed. People that have physiques are depressed. A lot of bodybuilders and people have severe body dysmorphia and they're miserable all the fucking time, always jerking themselves around with their diet and restrictions and fucking binges, and it's fucking nasty. So, the fitness industry is pretty like fundamentally fucked because it's all about the superficial. It's all about what's on the outside. When you really want health and you really want to get those results, it's about what you do on the inside and the other habits that you do and you execute every day, the 7 pillars of Swolenormous that lead you to those results long term. It's not about it's not about the outside. If you work from the outside in is like the calorie counting. It's the calorie counting. I want the abs. How do I get bigger shoulders? How do I get that's not it, man. That's not it. That's not the answer. Like, yeah, some of those things can have components, but it's not going to make a fucking difference if you're not doing all the other things every fucking day, Jessica, the beaches here were packed yesterday. It really put in perspective how obese society is. The in shape people looked out of place. Sad. Yeah, and people are fatter than ever because they're inside for 3 fucking months. Smash that like button. Smash. I'm scrolling. Take some comments. All right. We'll give away the Swole card in just a few minutes. Great questions so far, everyone. Excellent. A reminder, I'll take a couple more if you got any finishing questions. Tomorrow, another one. Let me scroll back. Tomorrow is, did I miss that? Tomorrow is the weekly accountability meeting at 12 noon Eastern time. So for those of you that are Swolenormous X members, tomorrow at 12 noon, we'll be going over some new releases. So very exciting and much more stuff to come in the next couple of weeks. So a lot of the stuff that we've been talking about building out will be built out over the next few weeks and added to, as we always do, always adding new yoga classes and new content. So excited to release that. Some of those things tomorrow. Get started with a couple new releases. Excellent stuff. And some other extra thirsties are now available. We just dropped a brand new one about dad bods. And apparently Chris Pratt was wearing my headband. So if you didn't see that thumbnail or that video, that's live now right here on the Daily Swole channel. And more stuff where that came from. So brand new extra thirsty. And if you want a chance to win today's Swole card, drop a little nights and weekends in the comments down below. And we'll be raffling that off. Yeah. That was good shit in just a few minutes. Nights and weekends. Ryder. What's up, Ryder? Been watching your videos for a week. It's inspired me to work out at home. Great. Excellent. Glad to hear it. Let's see here. That nicotine gum is there to keep you hooked. It doesn't help. Yeah, I can't see how that really does help. It does keep you hooked. It just keeps on that low level of nicotine. Just gets you hooked on the gum. Can't get the smokes? Hey, have a piece of gum, fam. Have a piece of gum. Is eating the same thing every day okay? If you're getting all your nutrients, sure. Why not? I mean, human history and evolution, we've evolved to be eating the same diet all the time. So the level of travel we've had, think about what travel was like. Everyone acts like it's normal to have a wide range of cuisine. That's not normal. It's like anything but normal. A wide range of cuisine is like the last 100 fucking years, 50 fucking years, maybe 100 years, all right? Aside from that, you were eating what was in your area. You were hunting whatever was in season, now, in your location. If you lived near the ocean, and you'd fish, you'd be a fishing community. If you lived in the mountains, you'd be hunting. Boom, end of story, like, right? That's what you'd be doing. So, yeah, I mean, seasonal fruits and veggies, I mean, those are always better. Like, those are still better choices because if you're eating in-season fruit, it's picked more locally because it's more ripe and they don't have to pick it weeks before it's ripe and then ripen it artificially as it gets shipped to you, and they have no flavor and their like nutrient content's all out of whack. They don't digest well. Raven, if you're going to be a twant, a nutritionist, yeah, how many nutritionists know jack shit? I'm not a YouTuber. I have a YouTube channel, so get your shit fucking straight if you're going to sling nonsense. These are questions that need answers, and I'm actually directing people to determining their optimal foods. So you can go be a vegan. No one's shitting on veganism. You can do it. This is the problem. This is a problem. So I have to be a nutritionist to answer this question. What do I think about diet drinks? I think they're fucking chemical garbage. But you should go talk to your nutritionist. Yeah, how do you like that? How do you like that? You like that salt, the Sunday salt. Well, lots of nutritionists are recommending bullshit. God, how many of you have like gone to a nutritionist? A lot of you have done that, and then you did an elimination diet and you figured out, wow, my nutritionist knew jack fucking shit. It's more about learning what works best for you. If being a vegan works best for you, that's awesome. That works the same way with carnivore. Works the same way with carnivore, works the same way with keto. The problem with all the fad diets, and when I say fad diets, it's the name. It's the name, right? It's the brandability. It's the brandability. What's up, Oscar? I was waiting for you to pop up. Oscar says, I'm a dietitian, and there's a lot of fat dietitians, of course. So it's like, the problem with the fad or the titled diets, paleo, keto, vegan, carnivore, these little boxes, these little flags, these little boxes and flags that people plant somewhere that they can fucking put a hashtag and they can, have their fucking diet as part of their screen name and shit and have their own community and feel like they have an identity and all that stuff. The problem with that is people start there. That's like working on the abs and the physique. That's working from the outside in. That's working from the top down. You're not going from the bottom up. You start with the elimination diet or something similar. You start with the pursuit of which foods work optimally for me, period, end of story. What foods work best for you? Some people we know that some people work better as a vegan. How do we know? Because people are fucking doing it. If it was bad period, you wouldn't have people that have success with it. A lot of people, more people have not had success with it than people that have, because a lot of people, I tried this for a little bit and it fucking sucked. All right, well, it sucks for some people and it's great for others. Same thing with carnivore. It saved some people's lives. Some people, they could only do it for a little bit. Was that habit? Maybe. They couldn't build the habit or they just didn't want to in society. It depends. So if you're starting there, you're just trying different diets. That's why people fail. They're not fundamentally approaching nutrition with the right mindset. Once you figure out which foods and what your body actually desires and you reset, then you can pursue different things. And it might take you down the pathway of veganism, might take you down the pathway of a higher fat-based diet or pescatarian diet. Like some people have problems digesting red meat. They just don't digest it well for whatever fucking reason. Should they just keep on pounding red meat and feel miserable and just keep on trying to get it in because I eat red meat? No, they should eat what works best for them. And then they're going to feel amazing. And then we could both feel amazing together and fucking high five, Adventure Time style. There you go. Epic high five. So that's how that rolls. So, I mean, it's like just because you have a fucking degree or this little certification from some nonsense university or fucking trade school. And it's not that a nutritionist doesn't know what they're talking about, but this is why the whole industry, certifications, personal training certifications, it's a scam. And when I say a scam, it's not that there aren't great trainers out there and great people with great information, but it's just a money-making pit. It's just about everyone's fucking in bed with each other. Everyone wants more money for more CEUs and recertifying and learning this. And go on fucking YouTube and Google, use your brain, understand how to objectively look at research and articles and biases and formulate your own opinions and then help guide people. The problem with nutrition fundamentally, or another problem with nutrition is that I lost my train of thought. I saw a couple comments. I wanted to read a comment. My brain was like, we're doing two things at once. But anyway, where was I? We're talking about nutrition. There's a lot of things that work. That's why a lot of people have a lot of different things. But today, with everything being a hashtag and everything being brandable and everything having a name and everything can be marketed, that's why you're seeing so many fucking things. Like, do we ever figure out what that was? The FDIT diet that someone said earlier? And I'm like, I've never heard that in my life. It's like every time we do a podcast, someone's asking about a diet. I'm like, I don't even know what that is. And whenever someone says something, I usually ask, what do you think it is? Because you say something and someone might use the name of it, but they don't really understand what kind of dieting that means technically. So I just like to know exactly what people are eating, but it's amazing. The more questions I get, the more and more questions I get on all platforms, the longer I do this, the longer we do this shit, is all the questions I get, they don't ask the right questions. And we talk about like, okay, there are no bad questions. Well, they're lazy questions, or they're questions that would not have to be asked if people were approaching their nutrition the right way. These are questions that have arisen because they're fundamentally approaching nutrition from the wrong standpoint. They're just going keto and then going vegan. It's like if you're eating junk food all the fucking time, you go raw vegan, you're going to feel like fucking shit. You might feel good for a temporary, it's such an extreme change that rarely works. It's like going cold turkey. It rarely works when you just overhaul shit like that. You're going to have digestive issues. All of a sudden you're getting no fiber to like 100 grams a day. You're going to be like, your body, you might just feel bloated to shit. You didn't transition well. You know, people think they're just going to get all the results just because they bought a shake, or they did a cleanse, or they're eating more kale or broccoli. I mean, this is a whole process of figuring out what works best for you. And what works best for you from 20 to 30 might not work best for you when you're 35 to 45. Your diet might change, your goals might change, your exposure might change, the quality of the nutrients and foods might change. All of a sudden, certain foods are not higher quality anymore because of farming practices. And now you have to shift your diet because all of a sudden this starts to give you acid reflux. Then you have to be adaptable. But if you're approaching your nutrition with a different mindset, with that fundamental mindset, you're going to have more success. You're just going to have more success because you're actually learning the skills. Someone asked a question the other day about, you know, how do you eat when you travel? It's like the same way I eat when I'm at home. But of course, maybe not literally the same foods, but I bring my food with me. I plan well ahead to make sure that I have what I need. And if all fails and I don't have what I need, I know which foods or which options are the best ones for me to go to because I know my body and I can make better decisions. And if you learn, you understand, you don't have to be, okay, here's my diet plan. Oh, does this have this food? Can I get this here? It's like, you know what foods work best for you. If you don't do well with tomatoes, and when you're going somewhere, you say, oh, and no tomatoes, please. Because you don't your body hates nightshades or whatever it is, right? Just a little nutrition, nutrition spiel. Oh, thank you. Is Optavia a fad diet? Sure sounds like that. Was that one of those multi-level marketing things? Yeah, the only thing you need to know is when you go to a hospital and you see what they're fucking feeding patients. It's fucking worse than elementary school junk food lunch. Andrea, I'm an RN and the diets in nursing homes are shit and they are created by dietitians. Yeah, it's because they don't fucking care. Trevere 2270. I went from 180 to 130 pounds with help from you. Nutritionist did jack shit. Thank you. I'm glad. I'd be super stoked if you did that with the help of a nutritionist too. The fact that you made that change is amazing. So good shit. Good shit. No, respect. Raven Veganista responds, first time listener. He's interesting. I'm just saying I wouldn't ask for advice, for nutritional advice, for the internet outside the basics. Yeah, you know, I mean, I wouldn't, I recommend that all the time. That's why I'm always like, I'm not going to diagnose you or tell you what you should eat. But that's the thing. Anytime you read anyone's stuff, like what's a nutritionist that's going to tell you, oh, you should be eating this? They're going to give you some fucking macro bullshit based on calories in, calories out in your macros. Again, that's the only way they look at this fucking shit. It's mathematics. That doesn't work. When I say it doesn't work, it's because so many people are doing that and they're fucking fat. We need to change the message on how we talk about nutrition in this country. It's not about the calories in, calories out. That's never going to fucking solve this because it's not solving it now. It's not the answer to the fucking problem. It's not fixing the fundamental problem. And look, I'm talking about this right now. Can I give you my honest, I think it's fucked. I mean, it's already fucked. I'm literally just trying to grab like this content and my message. I'm just trying to grab the last few fucking people. I'm just trying to grab fucking stragglers. I'm trying to get out to like the few people that might have a chance, the people that might be looking at my content like, oh, you know, you mean I don't have to live a life with fucking heart disease and diabetes and just being a fat slob that can't see his own dick and touch his goddamn fucking toes? I mean, the whole country, like, you can't reverse this. You can't reverse what is going on with health without completely, I don't know. I just don't think you can do it. I don't know. I mean, this is not a lost cause. Don't worry. There's no despair. I'm not like, oh, I'm not going to do the podcast anymore. I'm going to shut it all down. No, I mean, that's not what I'm saying. But like on the whole, it's like, it's already running away. You don't reverse this train. Those people have to fucking die off. Imagine people that have diabetes, they stop getting medication. Imagine, okay, you have to be healthy to stay alive. Like people would drop like fucking flies. So many people are just depending on these goddamn pills and they're getting ass raped with medical bills and they're paying for these pills where they can save that fucking money and actually eat better and not be on those pills to begin with. legit. It's just big food and big pharma and the government. It's no joke. It's legit. Everyone knows it. No one's doing anything about it. Or you're trying to do something about it, like I am. But hey, I don't have billions of dollars of marketing, and I haven't been selling you products and your parents and your grandparents' products. These companies have been selling shit. Coca-Cola's been fucking up your whole family for 100 years, 150 fucking years. So you want to try to undo that? Coca-Cola is literally like the American flag almost. It's so ingrained with society. You're not getting rid of that shit. If you take out Coca-Cola, like the world, like the country won't have food. That's how many companies these big things, that's how many companies they own. You think they just make soda? You think they just make Coca-Cola? They make Coke Classic? They fucking own probably 80% of what people eat when it comes to junk food. So, anyway. Oh, Jesus Christ. I guess FTDI is a, quote, transformation camp program. Found this on a website. The camp is, quote, following the damn instructions, or being FTDI for short. Nope, I'm done. Enough. Follow the damn instructions. No, don't. No, you follow the fucking follow the damn instructions. Really? Follow the damn instructions. That's how you teach people. Follow the damn instructions. How about you help people create good fucking habits? Following the damn instructions doesn't fucking work. That's what everyone does. You go to keto, you follow the damn instructions, and it doesn't work. Doesn't fucking work. Following the instructions doesn't work. Who wants to follow instructions? Who wants to follow the fucking bouncing ball? It's another problem. It's not about instructions. It's about it's about your mindset. Actually pursuing your nutrition to get better, to learn actual fucking health. Fuck, man. Like, if you actually want to get better, you actually want to learn nutrition, you invest, you care. Like the last time that if you care about your health, you're going to put effort in, right? You're going to put effort in to learn. You're going to put effort in to learn. Don't you want to learn about your body? Don't you want to know what your body wants? My body wants pizza. My body wants this. All right, have fun. Have fun. Go do it. Go do it. Go do it. Go eat whatever the fuck you want. You go eat whatever the fuck you want. It's not on me. It's on you. You just can't fool me. If you're not getting results, it's because you're not doing the right shit, whatever that is. Now, the question is, are you going to approach your life? Are you willing to approach your life in a manner that will actually unravel that and unearth that? And most people aren't willing to do that. They're not willing to make sacrifices. You need to make sacrifices in order to get those kinds of results. You have to give up these fucking foods because you shouldn't be eating them to begin with. You're giving them up. You're relinquishing them. Oh, you're restricting yourself. Intuitive eating, the reason why you crave all those sugars is because you're restricting yourself from them. No, it's because you're addicted to them, you idiot. You're addicted to those foods. And when you don't have them, your body has that fucking craving because it's in your goddamn, because you're an addict. And no one likes to call themselves an addict. We limit that to the harder drugs. It's an addiction. It's a habit. An addiction, a habit, very close. Depends on how you actually, like chemical addictions, physical habits, they're all linked together. And then that's why it's hard to tease it out, because people don't want to be like, I'm not addicted to this. Oh, you only live once. Yeah, and your life is going to be fucking short and fat. The Sunday salt. The Sunday salt. Doctors get a 1-day course on nutrition if they even attend it. Yeesh. Raven, MDs are in the business to fix, not find the cause of illness. Yeah, and they're in the business to pass out pills to do that. Damn straight. Local Pepsi plant did a $65 million upgrade, and general manager was able to write a check for it like no big deal. No big deal. NBD, no big deal. Fat camp. Sick care, not health care. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks to Papa and the elimination diet, I figured out that processed bread gives me horrible migraines. Why is that not showing up? There we go. There you go. Great. Great to hear. Great to know. Excellent. There goes my hero, getting swoller every day. I even forget who sang that song, where that came from, but somehow it's imprinted in my brain. There goes my hero. Yeah, smash the like button. I think some of you have this like issue with your thumb where you just can't hit that fucking thumbs up. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, hit the thumbs up button. Literally takes maybe a negative second. Was that Foo Fighters? Really? Oh, I didn't remember that. Ah, shit. A Foo Fighter. I probably wouldn't know a Foo Fighters song if it fucking sat on my face. I mean, I've heard them. Like I know the Foo Fighters, but I don't know all the songs they sing. Oh, chill out. I don't have any hate for the Foo Fighters. Stephanie, does Mama Swolio eat the same way you do? Pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, I eat stricter. I mean, from that standpoint. But I mean, in the terms of like, yeah, pretty much. Like she likes to put other things in her coffee, but she makes it herself. So, you know, when it comes to certain things, yeah, she's good. She didn't used to, but we both actually got much healthier, and we've like, you know, since we met, even just with like the little things. But once you keep on going down that road, even now, like once you keep on going down that road, you keep on trying doing like one thing after the next. Like you keep on going and you just keep on feeling better and better. So what it really comes down to is just you want to feel better. You want to keep on feeling better. You don't want to stop there. You want to, well, what happens when I do this? What happens when I do that? You just want to feel better. It's a great thing. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing, Beaches. Beautiful thing. So yeah, I'm about to make a fucking steak. The addiction to carbs and sugar is so strong. So strong. So strong. Did you change your name? Is that the same like face? Now your name's Clarissa? Or is that like a meme or something that's going around? Let's see here. Bonnie Koopa. After watching this channel for a while, I realized that the reason people's diets are jacked is because we are only told the life-threatening reactions are bad, but the mild ones are tolerable. Oh yeah, that's a great point. Exactly. Exactly. So that's where a lot of this, you know, okay, so when you have a food allergy, what do you think of the food allergy, right? What do you think about the food allergy? Most people, you eat something and you break out in fucking like hives, right? It's fucking everywhere. Well, that's a severe reaction. A lot of people have issues with chronic joint pain, chronic bloating, trouble sleeping, skin conditions like even eczema or just dry skin or little, you know, or acne, fucking skin. Most people get rid of fucking dairy and their skin just clears up like that. Dairy and grains, major triggers for acne. Everything from just fatigue or, you know, low mood and just shitty sleep quality. It can relate to the food. Absolutely. And it doesn't mean that you have all those problems. It doesn't mean that everything in your life is attributed to food, but think about it. If you don't feel good and something's going on, what else can it be attributed to? Like how many things can you feeling like shit be attributed to? What's happening with your eyes? Okay. Blue light, staying up super late and just fucking blue light all the time. Okay. Your ears, maybe like loud noises and like stressing you out, people talking or things that you're listening to. And your mouth, like how you move and what you eat. Like there aren't many things that can relate to how you feel. It's what you're thinking, what you're eating, and what you do physically. That's it. It's what you're doing, what you're eating, what you're listening to. your senses. It's what you're absorbing. There's really not many things. There's not really many other things to do. So if you're not feeling good, it's probably coming from your food or other lifestyle habits. And it doesn't mean that just changing your food will do everything, but that's as foundational as it gets. That's as basic as it gets. How much more basic does it go than just fucking how you eat, than your food choices? Oh, blasphemy. Who just thumbed down the podcast? Oh, blasphemer. Blasphemer. How dare they? How dare they? They will do it. They will do it. They. Oh, you know who they are. They will do it. It's always they. Those people. Them. Them's the worst. Them's the worst. There you go. I listen to the sound of the ocean when I sleep. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see. Goddamn jabronis. I hear you, Josh. I hear you. Just don't bring attention to it, because now everyone's going to be like, haha, I want attention. That's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Oh, there you go. JC, what up? Hi, everybody. I'm 300 pounds fat guy. For now. Recently joined Swolenormous X Unlimited, converting my daughter's room into a gym room as I listen to the cast. That's what I like to hear. Some gorillas. Yay, yay, yay. Welcome to the fam. My guinea pig Cookie wants to live in your beard. Would that be okay? Who told you could eat my cookies? No, you can't do that. Who told you to eat my cookies? Wants to live in my beard. I don't think your guinea pig can talk. I think that's a weird connection with your guinea pig. The answer is yes. Tony, sad is the culprit. Standard American diet. Standard American diet. No complaints here. Where am I located? I am in Florida. At least we got 75. Like, hey, we're getting there. More every day. A little bit better every day. A little bit more every day. We're getting there. We're getting there. People are learning. People are learning. There's still a lot more people that aren't just refusing to hit the like button, apparently. Like, literally, you can't have more people watching than like. Some of you haven't hit the like button. And some of you are like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not doing it anyway. I'm going to watch him squirm. Going to watch Papa Swolio sweat this one out. To be honest, I can't even see the likes right now. I can't see the likes, like, where I don't have that window open, so I'm only saying what you all type, so I really don't know. I don't care. God, if I cared about the fucking likes on my videos, we would not be here today. If I cared about likes and views, if that was the point, I would not be still doing this. We would not be on 1514. We would not be there on 1514 if I gave a shit about views. That's for damn sure. There you go. See, it's cool. See, there you go. One fat person with diabetes disliked. Oh, wait. Is it this guy? Was it this guy over here? Was it CP? Did he do it? Did you dislike my video, bruh? Did you dislike my vid, bruh? Come on, man. Come on, mate. Come on, mate. What's my favorite band or musician? God, I don't even know anymore. I can't even say I have one. I don't even have one anymore. I used to listen to a lot of country music. I did other like metal. I like a bunch of different stuff. I don't really listen to anything anymore, to be honest. Sometimes I'll put on some smooth jazz in the evening just to set the tone and just kind of chill out. I like binaural beats and stuff like that. But now when I'm listening to stuff, yeah, I don't really, King D. That's actually it. I'm thinking, I'm like, who do I listen to? Yeah, I pretty much only listen to King D stuff. Yeah, little King Darius. That's what I would say. King Darius. He literally of a musician. I listen to his stuff the most. But aside from that, I just listen to podcasts and I'll read and I'm doing stuff. I'm just not a big music person lately. I almost feel like that's rude. I didn't say King Darius. Of course it is. I only play his music at the beginning and end of every fucking podcast. So, yeah. All right, fam. Let's give away the Swole card. Great questions. We'll do it again next Sunday, tomorrow. Tomorrow, the weekly accountability meeting. Let me bring that up on the thing again. So weekly Jesus Christ. A little zoomed in much right in the back of my dome piece. Accountability accountability meeting tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time. June, it's the 29th. Fucking Christ. We're in July already. Oh my God. All right. So tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time, I'll post that event, but it'll be live in the private Facebook group. And of course, it'll be uploaded into Swole TV if you can't make it live, but try to make it live. I do like 80s music, Raven. I do like 80s music. Yeah. Nothing like a good 80s party, but I haven't in a long. No time, no interest either. Like literally no time, no interest. I'm so focused. I'm so fucking laser focused. I don't give a shit. So if I listen to music, it's going to distract me from doing stuff. Plus, if I'm recording and doing stuff, I can't play music anyway. Anyway, nights and weekends, let's do a little bit of a Swole Card Party giveaway. Swole Card, beaches, Swole Card, you fucking beaches, Swole Card, nights and weekends, beaches, nights and weekends. Where are these hashtags at? Come on. Did we miss it? No one. One more round. We'll do another one. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Swole Card, scrolling. I'm going deep in the comments. I'm going back down. That's what she said. Come on. The salty sack. There we go. We found one. Aria Mason. The Night King Killer. Aria. Well, not spelled the same way. Congratulations. Congratulations! Get you some pickle, girl. Get you some of that pickle. Oh, I'm assuming you're a girl. I can't see your name. So congratulations, Aria Mason. If you're still watching, congratulations. If you're not watching, then you missing out on some Swole Card action. So here's what you're gonna do. What you're going to do is send us an email to support@swolenormous.com with Swole Card 1514 in the subject, and of course your mailing address in the body of the email, and we'll send you this card. You can put that on your wall. You can eat it. You can do whatever you want. Don't eat it. It's probably not good for you. It's definitely not good for you, but you can do whatever you want with it. And a beard hair or coffee stains may or may not be included. I think this one's clear, but go and do that. That way on the next batch, the send out, we'll get you that Aria. And if you do not claim your card, I'll put on the wall. On my wall. I got some new content coming, fam. Got some new shit coming. We got some new stuff coming to this channel. We also there's some new stuff that I'm planning for Instagram too, public facing content. We got some new releases tomorrow for Swolenormous X and some other things. We got some good shit. We got some good shit. We got lots of stuff coming. Fam. We got a lot of things. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Just balls out. Just ask Papa Swolio live. Let me know what you think in the comments down below after the video. But also go and check out that latest Extra Thirsty. Let me bring that on the screen. If you didn't, go check it out right here. This is no joke. This is live right now. Dad bods. I want all you ladies watching, I want you to go there right now. If you didn't watch this yet, go there because I ask specifically for your opinions because there's a video. It's these chicks talking about dad bods. Fucking bullshit. Anyway, thank you so much, fam, for joining me for episode 1514 of the most muscular Swolecast, Beardcast, Broadcast, Gaincast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast, and Slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. I'll see you tomorrow for 1515, but only for members. If you want to join, swolenormousx.com. Accountability meetings are for all members. You can get started for less than $3. And I'll see you all publicly Tuesday. But fam, tomorrow, new releases, 12 noon Eastern time. Peace, McGee's. Deuce, Magoose. Your boy, Papa Swolio. Ho, 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 ho. Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now the king left and they so mad, it's like
Then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the Fendi